Let's just talk about loyalty now. What's the best way to take advantage of points, of miles when you're flying all over the place?
You have to think of what your travel style and what your goal is. If you're traveling a lot, like you're a business traveler, it is in your best interest to try to uh, quarantine all of your travel to one system, whether you're
Hmm.
flying United or JetBlue, Southwest. I'm a Delta person,
Me too.
because that's how you can accumulate all the benefits, and you can do it at a faster pace, especially if you're a business traveler and
Hmm.
your company is flying you in these really expensive seats. Then your points kind of compound even faster. So that is one strategy. But for most people, they're not traveling that often. So it is actually a good deal to go for the lowest, the cheapest flight that you can find. But you want to make sure, especially since we are still kind of recovering from the pandemic, and when travel kind of totally stopped and
Hmm.
things are kind of fluctuating and canceling all the time, you may not want to go to the lowest basic economy. You want to book a flight and a ticket, and even with your hotel and rental cars, that allows for some flexibility. So maybe one tier up, something that will allow you to cancel or change your flight at the last minute should you decide I'm not comfortable with flying right now. You need some flexibility in that ticket. And for a while during the pandemic, all the airlines were allowing you to change without any penalties and fees. They've kind of uh, abandoned that for right now. So you really do have to pay attention to the ticket that you book, and so that you don't take a loss if something changes
Hmm.
with you personally.
It seems like there's never really a good time to book the lowest tier because then you'll end up having to pay for a carry on or pay for an assigned seat. Does it ever make sense to book the lowest tier?
You that is exactly the right kind of thinking. You're gonna have to end up paying for it anyways, and typically that one tier up, that just regular main cabin economy ticket, is only about like $50 on average more than that bargain basement basic economy flight, where you kind of are on punishment because you don't get to pick your seat. You probably can expect to get to the middle seat, and then on top of that you had to pay extra for normal luggage to take your journey, because who flies without luggage? In fact, I always used to tease that if I came on the flight without luggage, I'd be highly suspicious, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, that you brought up a good point of like, it really doesn't make sense to book that basic
Yeah.
flight.
It does feel like punishment.
Business casual.